Okay, so we got any more questions, huh? Yeah, I'm Jaws. I work for Flying Fluffy Patreon. Okay, so you guys have gotten blown out twice in a row at home now, and I mean, did you think you guys were past that? I mean, what's going on there? Oh, we lose on purpose, huh? You think we really losing? Huh? We lose on purpose. Look, the place getting too loud, huh? Every time we come home, it's yappy, yappy, yappy all the time. There's too many people in the stands. They're yelling, they're screaming, they're doing the wave. It's annoying as hell. So we figure, huh? We lose a couple games and people stop coming. So you're losing the games on purpose. Yep. Would you like to expand upon that answer? How about I expand my beak to peck on your pecker? Why are you so pissy, Francisco? I'm not pissy. Any more questions? I'm not pissy. Come on, what are we talking about? Give me any more questions? I got one more for you, Francisco. So, I mean, look, what's the one reason you think you're losing these games? You've been basically killing it at home, and all of a sudden you start losing games at home. What the hell's the reason? You want to know the truth? The truth is the parking. You notice how we went on the road, right? And now, I know Vinny and Doug, they having, cash crunch, but they charging us the $35 to park too, huh? The players got to play. That's the real reason they had to send Spencer back to the AHL. He can't afford the parking.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1,
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, so we got Edmonton today, 12:30 in the afternoon. We should be sleeping or fishing. That's what Saturday afternoons are for. Sleeping, or fishing, and occasionally mowing the grass. But that's all right. This leaves us, like I always say, it leaves us our evening free. So, just finished the live stream. Grabowski's in net. They moved the lines around again. This one I find really interesting. Marchman on the top line. So we've blown up that third line and put Vetrano in Marchman's spot. That could go one of two ways. If Vetrano is going to play like he did the last game, which I didn't watch the whole game, but I'm telling you what I heard and what my theory was. If he's going to be pissed off that he was benched all that time and play smart and play hard and play the way he's capable of playing, he's a good hockey player, and he can be an addition for us for a playoff run. He's got to play smart. He's got to stay away from the stupid penalties and be aggressive. So we'll see how that works out. Lucas Carlson draws back in. Ulevi's out. I've said it enough. We need at least one defenseman, if not two. I do not like our depth past. I like our top six. Past that, not a fan. And still no answers on the Spencer Knight thing. Not that I've seen anyway. I've been off of everything. I haven't looked at the comments. I haven't looked at Twitter. I haven't looked at anything. Trying to get rid of this migraine. I feel good, so I'm good about that. Now, in terms of the team itself, it has to stop here today. You lose a couple of games. Now, if we start a 4, 5, 7 game win streak, point streak, then these two games we can kind of go, that was just a little hiccup. Edmonton is going to kind of come in like Nashville, a little bit desperate here. Cannot take this game for granted. I completely expect Edmonton to score the first goal. I just have that feeling. I think we're going to win this game 4-2. But I think we're going to have to work harder. We have to work harder in these home games now. Now, we've been used to blowing people out at home. We went on the road. We knew we had to play hard and work hard and play a certain style on the road. And now we've come back home, and I think we're just kind of expecting to get 7 goals a night with not as much effort. So we're going to have to come out with a lot more energy. We absolutely have to win this game. We cannot have a 3-game slide turn into who knows what. Nip it in the bud here and move on. And please, please, figure out what the hell our backup goaltending situation is. All right. So it's 2-1 Panthers after 1. What did I tell you? I knew Edmonton would score first. We're dominating the game. Bobrovsky gives up a 5-hole goal. It wasn't completely all his fault. Carlson pinched too soon. He gets caught. He never made it back completely in time. And Bobrovsky let it in. That's all you could say about that goal. Then we come back, and Frank Vetrano with the Barkov-esque pass between his legs, behind him to Lundell, who buries the shot for the tie, and then Barkov comes back and gets another one, so it's 2-1. I don't trust it, though. I don't trust it. Edmonton had at least the one breakaway that kind of got away. I believe it was McDavid. The puck got away from him, so he didn't really get a good shot off. And then they had another guy wide open on what would have been a breakaway, but the pass didn't connect. We have holes defensively, but it's not one of those things where you can watch exactly the product on the ice and know exactly what it is. You'd have to have the whole film. You'd have to be able to look at the whole film of the whole ice, the coach's film is what I'm trying to say, and watch what players are doing, and that would give us an idea of how are these things developing, because we're allowing too many good chances here, and this has been a theme now for a few days, few games. I'd like to see what the hell is going on. Now, we know in the first goal, Carlson pinched a little bit too soon. Maybe that's what's going on and guys are getting caught. Carlson should never be caught pinching too soon. He should just be there. All right? So it's 2-1 after 1. I still feel good about this game. But I do feel like something's just not completely right. It's just a little bit off. 4-2 Edmonton after 2. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it for the third period. It's only 2 goals. The ending could be completely different. We could get overtime. We could get 2 points. So I'll wait. But boy, do I hope the result changes. For those of you new to the channel, you've got time to grab some popcorn. Those of you who are used to the channel, got a hair on my camera, I'm not editing that out. You know what's coming. Let's get this out of the way. Kakapoopy, whatever the hell, however the hell you say his name, had a freaking ridiculous game. We had to have at least had 50 shots on goal. I stopped looking at the graphic because we were trying to make the comeback, but it was at least 50 shots on goal, and he made some ridiculous saves. So let's just get that out of the way over here. So we had 4 something left when we scored that goal. And Uyghur had already been on the ice. This is not me getting, I'm not bitching about Uyghur in this spot, but there's a reason. The point is that in the Nashville game, that line with Uyghur and Ekblad and everybody out there well over 2.5 minutes. And with 5 minutes, with 4 minutes, with 3 minutes, with 2 minutes, with 1.5 minutes left, it's Uyghur running things. Do we have nobody else? Is Gustav Forsling broken, Coach Brunette? Can he skate? Brandon Montour, is he in the bathroom taking a leak? No, they're on the bench, fresh, rested to go out there and play hockey, and you keep Ekblad and Uyghur on the ice the entire frickin' basically 4 frickin' minutes straight, a timeout in the middle, but you could tell by the end, neither one of them, especially Uyghur, had any gas left in the tank to make anything happen. That's on you. That's on the coaching. The other part that's on the coaching, and I'm getting pissed off because I started praising this guy, the second thing is the line blender thing works in stages. But Jesus, we don't even give guys full periods now. We just blow. There are no lines. He's trying to reinvent the whole game. Now, I understand you want to make some changes here and there. But if we don't score for 5 frickin' minutes, this guy's blowing up all the lines, and now including the third and the fourth line, and just throwing whoever the hell out there together. There's no lines. Now, a good coach can take you through the good times, but when they need to make the adjustments because things aren't really going so well, that's when you find out if you're a good coach. And right now, that's 2 of the last 3 games. I won't even count the last game, the second game, because I didn't see the whole thing. I don't want to make a comment there. But the Nashville game, in this game, he is absolutely choking on the banana peel right now. Very disturbing. And then you throw in Bobrovsky. The return of Forgolski. The last game and this game, very eerily similar to what we saw the first 2 years here. And I'm going to tell you why. We already figured this out. We already figured this out. Why was Bobrovsky on freaking fire to start the season? Somebody, one of you was going to know the answer. Why was Sergei Bobrovsky absolutely on fire to start this season? And no, it's not because he had a kid. Come on, somebody? Anybody? Because he knew damn well that Spencer Knight could take his job. He had competition behind him. He had a genuine fear behind him that I better play my ass off or I might lose my job. And now Spencer Knight's in the AHL killing it. We got a guy at backup who ain't never going to play for us. And here comes Forgolski again. I'm telling you, that's what it is. I bet my nuts on it. He needs to feel that pressure. He needs somebody right on his ass that can take his job away. And he knew Drieger wasn't going to be the long-term answer. He knew that. We already figured this out about Bobrovsky. That's 2 bad games in a row. And I know he shut the door after 4. But what Koskinen was doing, that's a playoff goalie. That's a guy that's going to get you rounds of playoff victories. What Bobrovsky is showing us right now is not good. Because he started off the season like Vezina Bob, and then he had a little downturn, and then he was good, not great. He was good, not great, and now all of a sudden we got this mess, where he's 2-3 goals a game that, oh, I wish I had back, I wish I had that back, I wish I had that back. At freaking home, no less. Against teams coming in from the Western Conference that should not be... They should not be getting us with our backs against the wall like this. 3-1, 4-2, 5-2, 6-2, 6-3. Now, Ekblad and Uyghur. I don't know who needs to hear this. Uyghur might be statistically, he might have some good stats. And yes, as his own defenseman, when he plays defense, he's good. Him and Ekblad are not a pair. Forsling needs to be up there up top with Ekblad. That needs to happen. It's not because Uyghur's bad or Ekblad's bad. It's just sometimes the combination of people is not good. It's not good. When we're rolling and the offense is scoring 6 or 7 goals a night, the little mistakes that they make, the fumbles with the puck, it doesn't show up. It's going to show up in the playoffs. And at this time of the year when teams are playing a lot harder, pressuring a lot more. You can't have both of those guys on the ice at the same time. It's not rocket science. But we don't got a coach that's going to pull that trigger. Damn it, Brunette, what are you doing? We start the game with Marchman on the top line. Did they finish the period with him on the top line? All I know is the one line that was going well with Vetrano and Lundell, and I believe that was Reinhardt. they got a goal early on, and before you know it, everything's blown up. To one point, it was Barkov, Huberdeau, and Vetrano. The other game, it was Barkov, Huberdeau with Marchman. This is ass. This is absolute ass coaching. This has got to stop. He's panicking, and this was a concern I had at the beginning when he first took over. I wasn't happy with some of the moves he was making when things weren't going so well. I felt he was panicking. He was moving things around too often, too early. There's no chemistry with anybody at all, because you could start the game on whatever line you're on, and if you don't score that period, he's moving you all around. He makes Q's linebender look like a freaking McDonald's ham sandwich in the morning. It's like, it's not that bad, right? It's cheap, but this is terrible. The Nashville game, I can't speak for the last game because I didn't watch it, but the Nashville game, this game, we are getting cremated in the coaching department. Absolutely just destroyed. And then you add in Bobrovsky, turning into Forgolski again, even if it's just temporary. Get frickin' Spencer Knight up here. After the fourth goal that Bobrovsky let in that second period, any team with a real backup goaltender takes Bob out, puts the backup in, and settles things down. Now, luckily, the defense stuck up for, they picked things up, and they didn't get any more goals. They didn't have a whole hell of a lot of opportunities either. But you got to have somebody behind Bobrovsky that he's got a little bit of fear in him that might take his job. Or this is what we're going to get. The Ekblad-Weegar thing has to happen. That's just, there's no reason, and some of this is not entirely their fault. I've said this on the reviews with Stu. I think those guys are out there on the ice too many minutes. Look at the fumble that Weegar had there towards the end. He's skating with the puck. There's nobody around him. The guys are giving him room at the blue line, and he just fumbles the puck because he's so tired. He's so dead dog tired. You can see it. He was out there for at least 3 minutes, and I don't care that there was the timeout in the middle. He can't skate anymore at the end. And the same with Ekblad. He's like diving to barely get to the puck. We've got other guys. Jesus Christ, coach. Put them out there. Put Forsling and Montour out there if you want two offensive type-minded defensive men out there in the last 4 minutes. You can't just throw Ekblad and Weegar out there for 4 straight minutes. And you know better. You're supposed to be an NHL player. Obviously you were. This has not been good. I'm pissed. And it's taken me, what is this, game 52, 53? It's been all season long. I haven't had one of these. But 3 games at home in this manner, we ain't winning shit in the playoffs if this is how we're going to play. Because the coach is panicking. Leave the lines alone for a couple of games. See if some guys can have some chemistry. You don't even leave it alone for a period. Sometimes 2-3 times a period you're changing things up. This is garbage. This is garbage. I'm glad they haven't given him a contract yet. Oh, I'm so happy to have been wrong about that. Now, I'm not saying he won't eventually beat a guy, but smarter men are in charge of that freaking organization than me. Because, see, all he's proven right now is that when we're scoring 7 goals a game, things look great. That's it. He's made a couple of moves that have worked out. But for the most part, when things aren't going so well, he's got one move. Change the lines. And if that don't work, change them. And just change them every shift. Play Yahtzee on the road. 11-16, who's that? 77. Throw him out there. Get out there. I swear, that's what's happening on the bench. He's got Yahtzee dice out there. Or either that, he's on the phone with Q, right? Because he's talking with Q. Maybe Q's at home rolling dice. I don't know. What the dice say, leave Weegar out there for 5 minutes straight. See what happens. See if he gets a second win sometime after 3 minutes. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. We're going to blow first place. Which, I guess, technically, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if we finished in second place, because then we get Toronto. Who knows how we're going to play, all right? We're not beating anybody with this goaltending and this as the reaction from the coaching staff when we only have 2 goals after a period and a half. You can't just blow up the lines every game and blow them all up. Stop. It's not working. You have no chemistry. The defensive pairs, or the time on ice, has got to be a massive disparity. You're killing Ekblad, you're killing Uyghur. Split them up, play the top two pairs 22 minutes a night, 23. I can't imagine what these guys are getting up to in ice time. Pissing me off. This is not necessary. And I know we had 50 shots on goal, and we got goalie. That's fine. And I know Bobrovsky, the two, Stu was all pissed off at Uyghur for taking the penalty. There was a delayed penalty. That goal wasn't because of Uyghur's penalty. That goal was because Bob missed the frickin' puck. He had plenty of room to see the puck carrier. He just missed the shot. That was the definition of all on a goalie. That shot. Doesn't matter if the extra attacker was on the ice or not. It had nothing to do with it. Him, shooter, missed. End of discussion. Bob's got to feel that fire. And to be honest with you, like I said, I'm glad they haven't given Brunette the contract, because apparently he needs to feel that fire as well too. Because if you can't take this roster and win a round or two, you're out. Because we're getting out-coached. Damn it, 3 in a row. So, we don't play again till Thursday. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow I don't know if we're doing a review in the morning. I don't want to get into that. I don't know if we're doing a review in the morning. This got to stop. This got to stop. Boy. Oh, there are times for 5 minutes I wish I lived down there and had credentials. I wouldn't last very long because they wouldn't like the questions I asked. But this is absolute ass in the coaching department. This got to stop. I'll be back tomorrow or something.